Sonia writes, "Oh my goodness, I'm laughing nearly the whole video. Shape, you're extra hilarious on this one. Also, Bizarre Bub just put on an interesting clip with an Airbnb that has a secret haunted basement that spooks a guest dog. I'd be interested in your analysis."
I appreciate the recommendation, Sonia, and I hope that last video was worth the wait. That I forgot to dedicate it to you. Therefore, this video is dedicated to you, Sonia, and any of you other guys who want to recommend a video. I'm always down to watch and check it out. Might not do a video on it if it ain't, in my opinion, good enough to make a video on, but I might. And if I choose your video, it'll be dedicated to you. Hey everybody, it's The Shape. I thought last video, my debunking was pretty top tier. And while I still stand by that, you guys pointed out things that I did not see. That's what makes these follow-up videos so fun and actually good to make, because we can go deeper. You guys spotted some stuff that even I didn't see. That's a reoccurring theme. I thought the debunks were pretty definitive. I also thought pretty in-depth. I didn't think I missed much. But oh boy, was I wrong. Let's get into this bad boy.
This video is also dedicated to Lori's dad. May he rest in peace. Shape, this was hysterical. The eyes in the woods look like passing cars. Loved the animations. I lost my dad this past March, so the holidays this year are difficult for me and my family. Your videos definitely lift my spirits. Wish I could give a little more for the super thanks, because you deserve so much more for the time and work you put into your videos. Wishing you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. Liked and hyped. I appreciate that, Lori, and much love to you and your family.
Shapemas is in full effect. That last video, if that's any indication of how this month is going to go, top tier bangers. Comment below. Just remind me how good that last one was. I mean, was it like one right after the other?
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
And like all good videos that's got good debunks, I get comments from amazing people like yourselves. And Bio Factory has been in a lot of these follow-up videos because their comments are top tier. That's why. And their catches, more often than not, are as good as it gets. So without further ado, let's see what Bio Factory has to say.
Bio Factory writes, 2910. I doubt he was sleeping. I would guess the kid pushed the fishing line and then rolled off the sofa. Why I think the kid is in on it? You can go do the fishing line from the shelf around the leg of the table at the camera around the leg of the L-shaped sofa to where the kid is laying for him to pull it. That kid didn't wake up. He rolled to see how well the string trick worked. Edit, I can see and confirm it. 2908 to 2909. You see the kid's arm move on the sofa exactly as the object falls.
Bio Factory must have seen what I seen, which is a kid that raised their head up after that thing fell off the shelf. And you can see something moving over there. But like I'm about to show you, Bio Factory, I think me and you both were wrong as far as that being a kid. I think it's an animal. And we're going to get to those comments. I don't know how in the world I looked at that and saw a kid. But once you find the right kind of animal, then you're like, oh, yeah, that's an animal. Let's keep going. Next comment.
Whoopi writes, 357. Serious question. Don't people use screens? Is it a South thing because of bugs? 739. I think she was sniffing for something under the carpet. Most of her focus is on the edges. She does something with her paw that we can't see, but notice the carpet is rumpled up afterward. We also get a glimpse of her tongue. I didn't see her eating, but they make training treats the size of plain M&Ms. A dog that big would swallow a whole. I think she sniffed out a treat, used her paw to pull the rug back, and ate the treat. I think, phew, She'd be using her ears more if someone was under the stairs. Plus, it is real easy to get a food-oriented dog to do this reliably on camera. 2150, y'all kids at Hogwarts, stop muggy baiting Gran with flu powder. Harry Potter fans will get it. This wasn't even a good fake.
Wolfie is spitting absolute facts. I was, in the last video, pointing out how I thought somebody could be under the stairs in the, on the basement stairs. But yeah, I don't think I was right on that. For one, the dog could 100% be trained by dog treats. You train a dog, you give them a treat when they do the trick or the movement that you want them to do. And we'll get to that. Treats are about that big. Tiny little things. And dogs love them. But yeah, we'll get to that when I get to Polly's comment. So Wolfie, good eye. Fantastic eye, actually. But we will get there. And you're right. The carpet on the stairs, the dog went up there. They were semi-normal. The carpet was. When the dog's head went up there, it looked like it grabbed something in its mouth. And then when its head pulled away, the carpet was lifted up in that one spot. Almost like a treat was put under it. We'll get there. Now let's look at Tina's comment.
Tina Girl writes, another great one, Shape, as usual. My question is, why do they immediately say what it's not? Which it obviously is. Like, we're going to say, wow, I thought it was a person or a string or wind or whatever. But since he said it wasn't, it has to be a ghost. It's so annoying, to be honest. I was so happy to see that you posted today. You're the best.
Tina's Girl, you're absolutely right. And I've noticed that in a lot of these top 10 paranormal channels, like, let me think, the one I just done, Bizarre Bub, Sir Spooks, and especially Calvin from Slap Time. Yeah, it's funny that they throw in what it is, what it actually is that you're seeing, but they throw it in a way like, if you think it's this, you're wrong.
On the upper level of this barrack, there appears to be something moving, but it doesn't look like a tourist who is just wandering.
It blows my mind. They so badly want it to be paranormal that they're willing to skip logic, and that's what they do. It's outright dishonest, to be completely honest with you, in my opinion. Now let's see what Fusion has to say.
Fusion writes, I think the ghost sitting up on the couch was either another dog or a cat next to the other dogs on the couch.
Let's clap it up for Fusion. Clap it up for Fusion. You see Fusion down in the comments, you get on my upvote. This is the first comment I seen where I was like, that was not an animal, that was a kid. I know what it was because I was there when I was, watching it frame by frame. But no, it definitely is a cat or a dog. And I think I found the culprit. But we'll get there. So I thank you. Appreciate you, Fusion Gamer. And we will get there. This was the first comment to where, yeah, it's an animal. So I appreciate you, Fusion. Biofactory, yeah, once again, told you bangers. Left another comment.
Biofactory writes, 1858, matrixing-wise, we can see the mirror is smudged like crazy and deliberately in the shape of a person, most likely in hopes that it'll look like something paranormal. So, Biofactory, let's take a look at the big smudge right here. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to tweak the resolution. Now, take a look right here. Let's tweak the resolution. Can you see that? I can see a woman standing there. That's what it looks like.
Biofactory is absolutely slaying it in the comment section. Let's go. Yeah, that smudge, I saw it while I was editing the video, but I never really looked at it as what it is. But when you see that gigantic smudge, and the smaller smudges for that matter, yeah, you could easily mistake that for the orb or a spirit or anything like that. So yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you on that one.
All right, let's see what our very own Sheila has to say. Sheila writes, I love Santa Shape. Woohoo!
Ah, stop, She. You making me blush, Sheila. Come on now. Come on in, guys. One big hug here. Come on now. I'm glad you like Santa's shape. Truly grateful, though. All jokes aside, I'm truly grateful for you, Sheila. Big supporter, and I appreciate all you do. Now, our next comment is Rose Red. And she's just laying the smacketh down
Rose Red writes, 1326. Why? Why doesn't it look like a tourist? Exactly.
Exactly, Rose Red. And I can't put an exclamation point on that hard enough to somebody looking at that saying, well, we think it's a ghost or something popping in and out of the Matrix through another dimension.
Rather, it looks like a moving blurb that disappears in an instant.
No, that's a normal person there walking. You can look at it clearly and see that that is a human being just walking up there. So I just never understood just how they can look at that and come to any other determination other than that. Well said, Rose Red. Now, the Hike Chose Me left a comment, and you better not get smart with me, buddy.
The Hike Chose Me writes, looks like a cat, not a kid popping up on the couch.
The Hike Chose Me, what do you mean by that? I'm just kidding. The Hike Chose Me's always just leave short, mostly short, blunt comments that are very truth-oriented. And you're absolutely right, that is an animal. The question is, though, which animal is it? The Hike Chose Me. Huh? Comment down below before I reveal to you exactly what it is. Now, our very own Polly Hunt, a legend, okay? Polly Hunt left a comment that addresses quite a bit, and that's where we're going a bit deeper. Let's see what Polly has to say.
Polly writes, excellent debunk. Using children for clicks and views is the lowest of the low. Same as using pets too. Did you notice those rugs on the stairs in the first one? I'm wondering if they were put there by renters. Two long hallway rugs overlapping. They were so loose where she lifted it that it's an accident waiting to happen and it's not being anchored down at all. I wonder if a doggy treats to get the dog to sniff were placed underneath that carpet. Also, the kid waking up to the dish falling off the cabinet. Looks to me like the fishing wire was attached to the kid, so when he moved while waking up, she pulled the dishes down. Either way, amazing catches. As always, my friend, thank you. Also, if I wasn't a DA already, I'd be running to be a member.
Polly bringing in some heat. So, let's think about it a second here. Was it a dog treat? Was it not a dog treat? Well, we only have the footage to work with. Let's take a look at the footage, break it down, and I want to see, first off, just how dangerous is that carpet that goes up the stairs, and also, did that dog go under the carpet to get a treat? We'll just have to look, won't we, Pauls? And then, after that, we'll be looking at Kim, my one and only fam.
Something was definitely under the rug. Right here you can see the rug isn't messed up on the side, but when the Rottweiler puts his head up there, it grabs something. Now look. There it is before the dog put its head up there, and there it is after the dog put its head up there. Yep, there was definitely a treat put under that part of the rug right there, because right there you can see the rug is messed up. Now let's see what Kim has to say. Kim, my fam, writes, damn, even Granny is getting onto the fake paranormal. Oh my God, please no. And you're the only debunker I'll watch. Much love, Shape.
Well said, Kim. Now, I respect my elders. So it really does pain me when I say that an older lady like this 100% is fake and staging stuff. But she is. Seen the string. Doesn't get more than that. But yeah, it does pain me to know that, well, an older woman would do that for attention. But I don't want to go too hard in on her. But I am disappointed in Grams. Just being real with you here. Okay? Just the way it is. Our buddy Jethro left a comment.
Jethro writes, great video, Shapey Poo. Excellent catches and breakdowns. 1313, she has a cut when doing the knock knock. 1322, another cut.
Great eyeball, Jethro. And there was a cut there. And I'm glad you're watching for stuff like this, but in this particular case, in the original Bizarre Bub video, there's not a cut there. That's my cut for time purposes. I don't normally cut videos when something like that is getting close to the paranormal, but it was just annoying, taking too long, and yeah, I cut it to where she's knocking. That way we could get to her sliding it under the door. That's all me. That was not them doing some shady cut. But yeah, good eye anyways. See what Bungee Cord has to say.
Bungee cord writes, no chance that flimsy leash is for that Rottweiler. I've owned two and both could snap that thing in two. You know, now that you mention it, the leash does look pretty small. I've never owned a Rottweiler, but comment below if you guys think that this leash is the right size or small for a Rottweiler. Bill Arms writes, now thanks to Bizarre Bub, I won't be sleeping tonight. What if Ghosts was pulling them fishing lines?
Is that what we're doing, Bill? Huh? Is that what we're doing? You asked, what if it is a ghost pulling the string? Do you realize what you've just done? You've given all these fakers an excuse now. Even when we spot the string, it doesn't matter if it's a ghost pulling it. I've never had that mentioned to me, so Bill, I gotta give you credit for that one, pal. Whew. Now, let's see what Cher has to say.
Cher writes, WTF is wrong with people's shape? Besides having way too much time on their hands, why do they have to torment the rest of the family as well? Ugh, makes me crazy too. Thanks for the video. Always bangers with my favorite guy. Love you, Cher.
You know, Cher, I've asked myself that same question over the years, 7 years of watching this stuff, watching these parents exploit their children in their videos. Not just paranormal videos, but I've seen family channels do it the same as well. You can clearly tell the child don't want to be in the video a lot of times, and they're pretty much forced. You remember the whole Daddy 05? All that nonsense and crap. Yeah, but paranormal channels, I've never understood it. They probably do it for the same reason these family channels do it for. They want attention, you know, fame and gain, even monetarily. And I think that's why they do it. Comment below what you guys think. That's just my thought. Next comment.
Opinionated one writes, it was fun to see some old school videos. With a little effort, they can polish these up and make them more credible. Beat seeing, hearing, REM pods, ghost apps, etc. The kids didn't even play a part in these, so they should have been excluded.
I totally agree with you, opinionated one. That's why I love doing these like top 10 channel type debunks, is because it's straight to the point. There's none of that fat you got to cut out of it. A little bit of fat, but most of it's just, here's the clip, there you go. You know, as opposed to doing these paranormal investigation channels to where they got flashy gadgets that make noises that are absolute nonsense. They got their phone apps that nobody cares about. And they base that around paranormal because it flashes or it makes a sound. Even though we don't know what kind of energy and stuff ghosts are made of. And we damn sure don't have no electronics that can read that energy. So, totally agree with you. Now, let's see what Teresa has to say.
Teresa writes, the granny mirror is smudged. You can see that from the angle of her light. You know, rubbing alcohol will make that mirror shiny, really nice with no smudges. The child on the couch is really a dog sitting up. From the noise, you can see its markings when it turns its head. Also, it turns its head in unison with the other dogs sitting there, maybe looking at where the quote-unquote paranormal originated from. Toys will randomly go off and the batteries are low. I had a stuffed dog that sings and would go off several times a day until it passed away, and now still goes off randomly when I walk by it. All right, Teresa, we're going to go in depth on the Pomeranian dog. See, in her video, I remember seeing the black and white, I guess it's a bulldog right here. That bulldog right there, you see at the bottom of the video. But look at this, you can see a black tail of some other animal. So I'm going to show you what I said was a kid sitting up. That's not. That is a dog. It's not a cat, it's a dog. And I can't believe I didn't see it, but that happens sometimes. But yeah, I wanted you guys to look at this, get a good visual of it from, you know, up close, far away, tweaking the contrast. Because I'm about to blow your mind. And here we go. That's a nose on a dog right there. You can see it clearly once you see it. I don't know why I thought that was a kid. But this bulldog, I moved it over. And that's the same bulldog that we see sitting on the couch right there. I lined a spot on its face, as you can see right here. So I looked for a bunch of dogs, puppies, to see if I could figure out which one this is. At first I thought it was this dog here, but the ears look nowhere similar This dog doesn't have pointy ears like the one in the video. This dog has flappy ears. But look at this Pomeranian puppy right here. Tell me the ears, the nose, the white spot, and everything don't match perfectly. Come on now. Think it's debunked.
Yeah, I think it's a Pomeranian puppy dog of some kind. It looks eerily similar, as you saw. So yeah, and I do think it was a dog treat as well, hidden under the rug. And yes, I do believe that rug is a very, very dangerous thing to have on stairs. I mean, this looks like something Kevin McAllister would have had for the burglars. And you know how it went for the burglars. Man, I love making these videos. It just allows us to go more in depth. And of course, Shapeness is plowing through. Got some bangers coming. Now, if you haven't done so already, you could join Debunkers Anonymous on Facebook, like I ask every single video. Please, please, go join Debunkers Anonymous. It's the greatest group where we talk debunking 24 hours, 7 days a week. I love you guys and I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back now. You're here. Peace.